Alright folks, buckle up because we're diving headfirst into the world of AI surveillance. I know what you're thinking, isn't that a bit dystopian? Well, hold your horses, Winston Smith. It's not all doom and gloom, but it's definitely worth a closer look. Here's the deal. AI is changing the game when it comes to security, and I'm not just talking about those fancy facial recognition systems at airports. We're talking about AI that can predict crime before it even happens. Yeah, you heard that right. Minority Report, anyone? Now before you start stocking up on tinfoil hats, let's break down exactly how this all works. Because whether we like it or not, AI surveillance is here to stay. And the future, my friends, is already staring us in the face. So if you're ready to face the future of security, keep those peepers glued to this essay. Trust me, it's going to be a wild ride. Let's start with the basics. Cameras. They're everywhere, aren't they? Seriously, try walking down the street without making eye contact with at least 5 of them. It's like they're multiplying faster than rabbits on a caffeine binge. And the numbers don't lie. Globally, there are an estimated 1 billion surveillance cameras. 1 billion. That's with a B. In the US alone, there are roughly 50 million. That's more cameras than people in some countries. Now you might be thinking, so what? They're just cameras. But that's where you're wrong. These aren't your grandma's fuzzy security cameras from the 80s. These are high-tech, high-definition eyes in the sky, capturing our every move in glorious, sometimes terrifying detail. But here's the kicker. It's not just about the cameras themselves, it's about the data they collect. And that's where AI comes in, ready to sift through this mountain of information and find those needles in the haystack. Now let's talk about the real magic, or maybe just really creepy, part AI's ability to predict crime. I know, it sounds like something out of a Philip K. Dick novel. But it's happening, people. AI algorithms are getting scarily good at crunching massive amounts of data from those cameras we talked about, along with police reports, social media activity, and even weather patterns. And guess what? They're finding patterns that us mere mortals wouldn't even know existed. Take, for example, this real-world case. In some cities, AI-powered predictive policing systems have been credited with reducing crime rates by as much as 30% over 5 years. That's right, 30%. Now, I'm no mathematician, but that sounds like a pretty significant drop in housebreakings and whatnot. So how does it work? Well, imagine AI as that friend who always seems to know what you're thinking before you even say it. Except, instead of reading your mind, it's analyzing data points like location, time of day, and even the type of car you drive to identify potential criminal hotspots. Section 4. Big Data, Big Brother, How AI Makes Sense of It All. Okay, so we've established that AI is pretty darn good at analyzing data. But how exactly does it do it? Well, get ready for a crash course in AI 101. Imagine AI as a superpowered detective with a photographic memory and a serious caffeine addiction. It can process information from billions of sources simultaneously, picking out subtle patterns and anomalies that humans would likely miss. For example, AI can analyze footage from hundreds of cameras in real time, tracking suspicious individuals or vehicles across an entire city. It can also recognize faces with astonishing accuracy, even in crowded areas or with poor lighting. And don't even get me started on its ability to detect unusual behaviors like someone loitering in an alleyway or leaving a suspicious package unattended. Basically, AI is like that friend who remembers every single embarrassing thing you've ever done, except it uses that power for hopefully good instead of evil. But let's be real, there's always that potential for things to go south, which brings us to Section 5, Case Studies where AI is cleaning up the streets. Alright, enough with the hypotheticals. Let's talk about some real-world examples where AI is already making a difference in the fight against crime. Take for instance the city of Chicago. They've been using an AI-powered predictive policing system called Strategic Subject List, which analyzes data to identify individuals most likely to be involved in gun violence, either as victims or perpetrators. And while the program has its critics, more on that later, there's no denying that it's helped to reduce shootings in some of the city's most dangerous neighborhoods. Then there's the case of London, a city practically synonymous with CCTV cameras. They've been using AI to analyze footage from those cameras to track down suspects, monitor crowds, and even identify potential terrorist threats. And while some have raised concerns about privacy, it's hard to argue with results. These are just a couple of examples of how AI is being used to make cities safer. But as with any powerful technology, there's a flip side.